My friends, hello. I've been very fortunate to have the opportunity to spend a lot of time working both directly and indirectly in the field of mental health, working with youth, working with adults, and really helping them to navigate their own personal challenges as well as navigate how to overcome challenges that are exerted on them, or at least they feel are exerted on them. One of the great things I get to do as a result of working with and coaching people is coaching somebody in mental health are really more aligned than I ever imagined, and getting to work directly in the space as well, working with state legislature and working with federal government and doing public-private partnerships to bring programs to schools. I've been very fortunate to work in this space for some time now. One of the things that is happening with COVID is mental health is just plummeting throughout our nation. There was a article I just read the other day that said before COVID in America, 1 in 5 adults, it was like 19%. They said 1 in 5 adults were experiencing some sort of mental health issue. Now it is believed, not known yet because so many people aren't going to the doctor to prove it out, but it's now believed based on trends and what is known that that number has grown to 1 in 2, that half of American adults now experience mental health issues as a result of all of the things that have happened due to COVID. The really exorbitant stress, the isolation, the social separation that we've had. Even though we're trying to do social distancing and spend time together, we've all been encouraged to really stay apart as much as possible. We are social creatures. As humans, we're social creatures, and this has been something that's really problematic. You think about the worst type of punishment we ever provided people. You think about back in pirate days, right? They if there was somebody who was really super bad, what they do is they leave them off on the island, like they did with Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. Leave them on an island all by themselves until they go crazy, or put them in the brig or whatever it may be. Isolation. We still do that for the most severe people in our society. And we're all kind of experiencing a version of that. We're with a very small group of people, if any at all. The people that I'm friends with who don't have significant others. They're by themselves with hopefully maybe a pet, and that's it. So FaceTime and Skype and all these things that we have, Zoom, are great, but they're not a substitute for the real thing. So mental health is really, really suffering. So what do we do? What do we do for our kids? What do we do for ourselves? This is something that we need to be really thoughtful about and serious. We used to blow off mental health as a society. Mental health was just a joke of a topic, like, come on, pull up your boots and get back to work. And that's just not the reality. That's not the reality. We need to be really thoughtful. We need to be intentional. We need to be caring. We need to be engaged. We need to ask questions. We need to ask meaningful questions. Almost every email I get starts with, I hope this finds you well. Like, that wasn't how we started our emails a year ago, but it is now, because everyone recognizes this world we're living in is crazy and hard. But what if instead of saying, I hope this email finds you well, we called that person and said, how are you doing? And they will say, no, I'm fine. And say, no, you're not. How are you really doing? They'll say, well, life is hard right now. I'm managing. I'm doing all right. Okay. Are you sure? Well, my family member is dealing with the X, Y, and Z, and I'm really concerned. And, I'm losing some sleep over it. Ask real questions. Let's not ask these flippant little one-liners that pretend like we care. Let's actually show people we care. And what's going to happen with every single interaction that you and I and everyone else intentionally takes is people are going to feel cared for and loved. And that one touch may be the difference between somebody slipping and grabbing a hold of them and bringing them back. You have this power. We all have this power. It's just about being caring and compassionate, like a leader should be. You can do this.